Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer State. This is Coloring Bliss, and today I'm so excited. About a week or two ago, I got a very special box from Olo Markers, and I can't wait to unbox it and share it with you. And part of why this is so exciting is that we are going to do a giveaway. I want to say a special thank you to Olo right now because they sent some extra products not just for me, but for all of you, so that we can do an Olo giveaway. I'm so glad to be working with Olo because I'm so impressed with their markers, and I used them and reused them and have been coloring with them, trying to determine if I really do like Olo markers as much as what I think I do. And the more I use them, the more I'm in love with them. So I'm so grateful to Olo for sending me the rest of the Olo markers. I've been working with this set right here that I purchased since August, and now I get to have the honor of the full set. I've emptied out a whole bunch of trays over here in preparation for the Olo markers. Now, just a minute, Jennifer, I wanted to interrupt you to kind of talk about something that is very unique around here with Coloring Bliss, and that is us partnering and working with a company. That almost never happens because most companies, we feel like we want to stay impartial. We want to purchase the product and then you will know that you don't have any worries about what I'm saying because we aren't affiliated with the company. But I have to tell you that that's exactly what we did. We started out by purchasing our own products. I fell in love with them and I wanted you to have some. So I decided to reach out to this particular company to support them as a brand new company and also to make the giveaway a bigger giveaway for all of you. And bonus, I got the full set. So thanks again, Olo, for your generosity. And I really feel good about this partnership. Part of the partnership is a link in the video description that will get you 10% off your purchase of Olo markers if you don't happen to win the giveaway. So thank you, Olo, for providing that for our awesome community. Okay, back to Jennifer. So first things first, we get to unbox what was sent to me, and then we need to figure out how to put them away. And I've got some resources from Olo that I'm going to follow to get them into some sort of order. And then we'll do some coloring. I think we've got to do some coloring with the full set. So I'm so excited. Now, at the end of this video, I'll tell you more about the giveaway and how you can enter for a chance to win the Olo markers.
It's a good one.
It's a really good one. It's worth over $300. That giveaway is. So exciting. Okay, let's take a peek at what Olo has sent me. Now, when I ordered the Olo markers way back, and I can't remember how many months ago, I ordered the 32-piece set. So they have sent enough markers for me to fill out my set. So I have the 32-piece set 1 right here. And they sent me, this is set 3. And this one right here is set 4. So I already have purchased set 2. So these 3 bags will fill out and finish my set so that I'll have the full set. Full set syndrome satisfied. Wow, there's going to be a lot of art angels. Now, I also asked them to send me just a few refill cartridges so that I could see how the system works. I want to know how easy it is to trade it out and get set back up with a fully inked marker. So that's what this little package is here. And then they also sent me an extra Olo Zero marker, which if you've watched any of my previous Olo marker videos, you know I'm in love with this Zero marker. I've been using it in so many different ways. And then they also sent me a bunch of the little couplers that put the different markers together into the 2 system. So I've got those ready to go, and I think I'm going to start by opening set 1. This is so exciting. Now, I went on their website and they have some new swatch charts to help you organize your markers. So I'm going to have to decide how I want to organize them. Let me see here. Let's see what this bag looks like. Oh my goodness, look at them all. I think, oh my goodness. Wow. That's just the first bag, you guys. I think I'm going to be here for a little bit putting these together. So it's a good thing I've got all the little couplers. So I'm ready to couple them together. What I need to do is find the right ends. I'll match them up like this. If it's gray, that means it has a chisel nib. And if it's black, it has the brush nib. So I'll have both types of nibs in these sets. This is so cool. Okay, so I think before I open the other two bags, I better get these all paired together. So let's do the pairing. Okay, I've got set one all assembled and put into my shelves. Here's a shot of what my shelves look like. So right here we have set two, and this is set one. So I'm going to be transferring all of these up here, and it's really quite simple because you've got the yellow, orange, orange, red, 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 violet, violet. So I can just kind of get them into the right places by following their coloring system. And then down here I'm doing my grays and my zero and my black for now. But this will all get reorganized as we open up more markers. Speaking of that, let's open up set three. And see what we have to take care of here in set three. I really like set one, had a lot of violets in it. I think I'm glad I got the full set because they look so pretty. I can't wait to try them all. Okay, these are all half markers too. Oh, they're going everywhere. Oh, this is just so thrilling. I'm so spoiled. Thanks again, Olo, for sending me all of these. I can't wait to see them all in their shelves over here. All right, let's assemble. Okay, so I ran into a bit of a snag. They didn't send enough of the little couplers for my full set. Now, I am not faulting them for this. It's been a little bit of a confusing few days because we ordered some extra Olo markers for the giveaway. Olo's giving away half of the Olo markers to you, and I'm giving away the other half. And so we went in together on the cost of it. And so I think the confusion has happened between all the little sets that are being sent to me to finish my full set and then the sets that are for gifts. So I think that's why we have a little bit of a mistake here on the number of couplers they sent. But honestly, I'm okay. I know they'll replace them. We've already reached out to them, and I'm sure they'll drop it in the mail right away, the couplers that we need. And I figured out if I just use a little bit of blue tape, I can put the right colors together, and everything is fine. So the fact that I have all my markers, that's great. And we'll just fix the coupler issue when they get here. So there we have it. And now I get to stack them all back into the shelves, including my older set, which I think some of them are mismatched. So I'll fix those and get them all into the shelves too. I've got them all laid out here now according to their color families. So I'm going to try to pan this camera up just a little bit so you can see it starts right there with the yellows. Oh, a little higher. Right there with the yellows. And then it pans down. So it's not a very efficient use of these shelves in this kind of order, but I'm okay with that for now because I need to do the swatching and then we can sort of squish them closer together to each other. Now, while we're here, let's talk about their color numbering system because we can see it really well right here. The first letters, or the letters, are for the color family. So the letter identifies the color family. The hue represents a group of different colors within that family. So the next number is before the decimal. So we have 0, 0, 0, 0 here in the blues. And then it shifts to 2, 2, 2, 2, and then over to 4, 4, 4. Okay, so they're breaking up the blue family into, in this case, 3 different groups. And then the last number, the number after the decimal, is the value. The value represents the intensity color, and it should go from light to dark. So these are all zeros right here for the blues, and it should go lighter to darker, which that's what it's doing. So that's pretty cool system. I like that I'll be able to keep it organized easier because I just have to look for the BGs and then the number, either 0 or 2 or 7, and then I can get them all organized. Just so you know, Rose is panting because she just went outside to go potty, and it is 93 degrees outside today. Oh my goodness. Autumn cannot come fast enough. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of really fun swatch charts that Olo makes available. I'll put a link in the video description to where you can get these charts if you want. The first chart, and this is how I set up my shelves, are in the color family. This chart is in the color families, so I'll be able to swatch them pretty quickly. And then they have a chart that looks like a color wheel that I have to fill out. That's going to be beautiful. And then they have this chart here, which is squares. I'm not too sure how. It looks like it's doing it by color family, starting with red. And then they have the yellow, they have the round version that does the same thing, starts with red. So I don't know if I probably will fill these 2 out because most likely this will be more close to the way that the shelves will be organized once we're done here. So let's start though with filling out this one right here because I'm really curious to see all the colors laid out. Definitely they've gone really heavy with the orange reds, which is kind of like your skin tones, and so I can see why they went here. They've put their browns all in here and the skin tones are all in here, so it makes sense. I'm really excited to see the red grays, and there's just lots of fun things to see here. Now, the way I have that organized is not starting with red. I have it starting with yellow. So the swatching will start here. Let's cue the music montage and enjoy some swatching. So I have all the colors now put in. I haven't done the grays and the blacks yet, but I wanted to pause to look at the color wheel because I think this is the best way to see the colors other than the way I have them up here on the shelf. Because you can see here in the yellow-orange area, they just have one stack of 4. Orange here, it goes a stack of 4 and then another stack of 4. So they split it, not just, the color wheel isn't split just in the 12 colors. It's split by their different hues that they are using. So the 2.2 through 2.7 and then the 7s are down here. So it's a really handy color wheel. If you get the Olo sets, I highly recommend coloring up this because now you can really see, the difference between red and red-violet and violet, and the difference in the hues as well is all laid out for you in a really nice manner. This is a very valuable little chart. Cool. All right, there were a couple mistakes I ran into when I did this chart though. They should have had the OR 1.3 before the OR 2.0, and then same here, the V 4.3 should have been before the V 7.6. The other thing that I love is the names. The names of the colors are really fun and really appropriate. Like there was one that was called Cashew right here. I thought that was really fun. They have Dusty Rose, Heather, Petunia, Butterscotch, Pudding. So there's some fun ones too. Pug, Bluebird. It's just a really fun naming system that they've used. I like it. All right, let's see what these red grays are like. Okay, we've got them all swatched. In the printing world, when you send something to a fancy printer to have it be printed, instead of calling it black, they call it key, or K for key. So that's why the blacks have the K as their indicator letter. So we have a K, we have an RK for red K, which they have you swatch it right below the reds. And then they have a BK for blue K. So basically it's a warm black and a cool black, but they didn't give us a place on this chart to put just standard black, which I thought was interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch it, or I'll just leave it the way it is. So there's no place to swatch the standard black, just K, and no place to swatch 0, which makes sense because 0 is just colorless, so it doesn't really belong on here. But this chart is all done here, and there was one other thing I wanted to show you, and that was the difference between the red grays, the warm grays, and the cool grays, and hopefully you can see that. I think the red grays remind me a lot of the French grays in the Prismacolor Premier color pencil set. And then there's warm gray, and then there is the cool gray, and then hopefully you can see the difference between the three blacks. It's a standard black, or pure black, blue black, and red black. So a cooler black and a warmer black. So that's all of them. Now I need to decide how I want to organize them up here in my case. I may leave them like this for a little while I color and get used to the markers. I think that might be a good idea. So I have 2 more swatching charts that I could use if I want to. Right now I think I'm going to leave everything the way it is, the shelves, and I don't think I'll worry about swatching here yet until I'm ready to reorganize. I'm glad I have this little stand still. This is the stand that I got when I first ordered my very first set. And I don't think they provide these anymore, which would be a shame if they don't, but I haven't seen them on the website. So this little guy right here, I think what I would like to do with him is use him as I'm coloring. So if I pull a few colors out, I can drop them in here, and they are still organized and ready for me to use as I'm coloring. So that will be really useful. So let me give you a little peek again over here at my stack of markers, and I'll very carefully lift up the camera here so you can see to the top. So it starts right here. Sorry, I'm shaky. It starts right here with yellow, yellow, orange, orange, and all the way down. Orange takes up 2 rows. Red takes up a little bit more than 2 rows. And then it looks like to me red, violet, and yellow, orange are the 2 colors that we have the least variety in. And then we've got a lot of violets, blue violets, a good set of blues, a good set of blue greens, and then the standard greens and the yellow greens. And then down here I've got my red grays, my warm grays, cool grays, blacks, and my 2 0 markers. Now also I have 4 of the brush tip, the brush handles, not brush tip, the brush handles. So if I ever want to put them on here and color with it as a brush, I can do that. So I've got those to keep track of. I think I'll tuck those in my shelf. Let's see if they'll get lost. Yeah, if I do it just one at a time, they're going to go in too deep. So I'll stack them in 2s like that and slide them in there. Okay, that works good. Now another thing that they sent me so that I could see it and experience the whole system so I can give you my thoughts on it, are these right here. These are refills. So let's pull one out and see what it says. Okay, so this is for yellow 2.3 Buttercup. So if I reach up here, this is yellow 2.3 Buttercup right here. And it says the way you do this, let me grab their documents, just a second. There it is. So what you do is you remove and keep the cap from the expired ink cartridge. So it has this little cap here. You remove the small seal cap from the new one. So I'm not going to undo it because it will unseal it. Next, place replacement cartridge on a flat surface standing straight up. Oh, like that. The ink will not leak out once the seal has been removed. Oh, that's good. Marker bodies are color-coded for quick nib identification. They said that these are going to have color identification caps eventually. So this is more of like a prototype that I'm holding in my hand. So it'll be interesting to see how it changes over the years. And it looks like you take the old nib out, you put the old nib back into the new cartridge, and then you're ready to go. It says cap your new marker. Once your nib is saturated with ink, it's ready to use. Yeah, so you can reuse them. Gently remove the nib using a clean tool, such as a flat tweezers. Yep. Okay, so that's how their system works. If you need refills, you buy these little cartridges. And that's different from what I'm used to. Typically what we use for the Copics and my collection of Blicks are bottles. We use bottles like this, and we drip the ink into the corresponding marker. So it's quite a different system. I have some tweezers that I can use for the nibs. So I'm going to keep these cartridges in here with my other marker refills so that I am ready to fix up any markers, at least of the ones that I got, that run out of ink. Okay. So I've got them all organized now and swatched. I've got my head wrapped around the color system. I only feel like there's a couple problems with the color system, and that's mainly that I wish there were more colors in the categories like red, violet, and green, and yellow, orange. But when you look at the color wheel that they provide with all their colors, it feels very complete, very full. So I'm not feeling like I'm lacking anything, except maybe red violets, because I love red violets. So I think the next thing I need to do is now color a coloring page with the full system so that I don't have any limitations with colors, and we'll see if I feel limited by the colors that are given, or do I feel like there are just tons to choose from and there's no problem at all. So I'm going to take a break and I'll come back and I'll work on coloring a coloring page probably tomorrow after I've had some dinner and a good sleep. I'll be ready to color with my full set of Olo markers. I'm back, everyone, and it's actually been several days since I filmed the last part of this video, and I'm here now ready to do the real-time color along. But I also have, from the company, they sent me a bunch of connectors so that I can put together the markers that I didn't get enough connectors for. Again, I don't fault the company for this. This is a mix-up because we are doing a collaboration to do a giveaway for you, and somewhere in between all of our conversations, the number of connectors I needed got confused. But it's all right now. I've got a bunch of connectors that I can put those markers together, and then we can move on to coloring. So I'm going to go through here and just slide them out. It should be very obvious when I come across some that need it. See how it has the blue on it. So I'll just pull those out, but put them together correctly instead of with my painter's tape, and then they'll go right back on the shelf. So it should be pretty simple, I would think. Just pull that tape off. grab a connector and connect. Perfect. All right, now I'll repeat that a few more times and then I'll be back and we'll do some coloring. Now that I have this all set up and ready, I'm going to pick a page here in Coloring Essentials. This is my new Beginner's Guide to Coloring Success workbook. There's coloring pages in here as well as areas to practice some different techniques. So what I'm going to do is switch to the section all about markers. This is the color pencil section. If we come back here to the alcohol marker section, we have an area right here to practice the different techniques, but then we also have two beautiful coloring pages all on the marker paper. So we have two choices to work on in here. Can either do this mandala here, which is nice and simple and would give us lots of room to practice different blends and things. So I like that. Or we could do this little stylized butterfly sitting on some stylized flowers. I'm kind of feeling that one. I think this one will be a really good coloring page because we can do some dynamic blends in here and also do some fun colors, whatever it is that we choose. So that's the next thing I need to choose is my color scheme. So give me a minute to think about this and we'll get started. I just finished picking my colors for the new coloring page, and I'm going to be filming a real-time color along. So if you would like to see me color this coloring page from start to finish in real time with a few skipping around, but for the most part it's real time, then follow the link in the video description and come learn about becoming a Coloring Academy member. You get that coloring page as a free download and you get a real-time color along of me coloring with the Olo markers. But as far as the way it was to pick the colors for my color scheme here, I chose the colors that I wanted using a coloring wheel, and I knew I wanted to do, let me show you, a triadic color scheme. And I picked red-orange for the butterfly, yellow-green for the leaves, and blue-violet for the flowers. And then I knew I needed at least a light, medium, and dark for each of these three colors. And I went in and used the chart that they supplied right here. And it made it so easy. I knew I wanted a red-orange, and I liked this set right here with the 2.0, 2.2, 2.3, and 2.5, and the 2.6. And I did the same thing for the other two colors. I came in and looked at what colors were available, and it was really quick and easy to pick my colors, get them listed down like a little menu, and now I'm ready to start coloring. That's just amazing. Never had that experience before with a set of tools straight out of the box, me not having to do a ton of work to get it set up to be able to work this way. Amazing. Okay, let's start coloring. For coloring the flowers, I'm excited to have 4 blue violets to work with, especially when you look at how well they transition from your lightest color all the way down to the darkest color. It should make for a really pretty flower. And basically we're going to be following Jennifer's rule of blending thirds and applying that rule to alcohol markers. Now it's time to work on the yellow-green leaves. For that I've got 3 colors, a light, medium, and dark, and I'm thinking about maybe reaching for a darker yellow-green just to help those shadows really pop, but we'll see. And again, I'm going to follow Jennifer's rule of blending thirds to create the leaves. I'm also keeping an eye on those flowers that I colored. Alcohol marker is a liquid medium, and it needs time to dry and set before you decide whether you really like the way it looks or not. So I may revisit those flowers later to add some more details or up the shadows. We'll see how I feel about it as the coloring page comes together. For the butterfly, we're going to be working with 5 different red-orange markers to kind of create some darker red-orange areas and some lighter red-orange areas. I really want this butterfly to feel like it is glowing. For the border, I wanted to do something fast and simple and very soft. And when you say those three words, I automatically think of pastels. So I went and I used my swatches of my markers to find a pastel color that I thought would be really soft and sort of melt into the whole composition here. I didn't want it to be the star event. And then I used some Holbein Professional soft tape to tape off the areas I didn't want the pastels to get onto. I used a combination of different techniques to lay the pastel down. One of them is called scumbling, kind of a fun name. And then I used a paper towel to just blend it out and soften it. Fast, easy, and effective. Okay, Rose and I want to show you the final product. Let me go this direction so you can see it straight down. I really like how this turned out. I think the only thing I don't like is the blue-violet flowers. And I think the reason I'm not jiving with it is I think there needs to be more blue-violet on this coloring page to kind of give it a more cohesive feel. So I think if I were to spend some more time on this page, it would be in adding some of the pastel that I did here on the border up here using some of the blue violets. I think that would really help balance and make it feel a little more cohesive. That's the only thing I'm not happy with. As far as my experience coloring this page with the Olo markers, it was fantastic. I think this is the first time that I have felt so spoiled by my color choices, and so quickly. The way that the color system works with their numbers and that color wheel, I highly recommend coloring up that color wheel. It made picking those colors so fast, and I was in and coloring and feeling confident about my trios, and it was so much fun. So I really like the color system. I do feel like they are missing some colors. Let's look at this shot one more time, and I'm going to hurry and put these colors that I just used on this coloring page back into my shelf, and then let's look one more time at this here with Steve. He's here, and I want him to kind of look at the colors too and see if he feels the same way. Give me just a minute. Okay, all the colors are put back. Let me just pan across this. So again, down here are blacks, then it goes cool gray, warm gray, red gray, and then we get into the color wheel. So here's our yellow greens, our greens, this is the blue greens and blues, the blue violets and violets, and now let me pan up a bit so you can see better. Sorry about the bumpiness. Oh, did I get it up? I think I got it up far enough. A little bit higher. There. Okay, so violet, and then it goes into red violet, and red, which has two rows. This is red and this is red. Okay, and then orange red is two almost full rows. So it's definitely has the biggest representation here. And then we have a row of orange, and I'll lean this up just a little bit more so you can see we have a short row of yellow orange and quite a good row of yellows.
And that's rare.
So that's very rare.
They actually have a good dark yellow, don't they?
Yep, right over here, a nice dark yellow. So I feel like they need more yellow oranges. They need more reds and red violets. No, not reds, red violets. These reds, if my shelf was long enough, would be up here. So red violets we definitely need more of. And then down at the bottom, of course, the greens are lacking. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Man, you guys are getting bumped around. This is the green row, and this is the yellow-green row. I think we've got plenty of grays, plenty of blue-greens, plenty of blues and violets. Blue-violet, I'm fine with that amount too. But it's the green, yellow-green, red-violet, and yellow-orange that I feel like they are slacking on. But we have to remember this is a baby company. They are brand new out of the, what do they say, out of the chute?
Well, and it's probably the most balanced that I've seen for a new company.
Yeah.
Because typically, a lot of times we get them and they're almost all mid-tone.
Yeah. that means
And they're
there's
still
no
unbalanced.
lights. There's very few lights and some darks is usually what these sets are. I know that's the way the Blick Studio has been, is a lot of mid-tones, a few lights, and a few darks.
And usually red.
Right.
And pinks.
Yeah.
Heavy. And then, very few yellows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if they can just come out with some more greens, yellow greens, red violets, and yellow oranges, that's only 4 out of the 12 colors that I feel like could be filled out more. But having said that, in this coloring page that I just did, one of the colors was yellow green. So I went to the yellow greens and bam, found what I needed and I was coloring. So it's not like I didn't have what I wanted. I just want more. And I think that's fair. I mean, it's good that they have room to grow and expand into more colors. So, like I said, I found everything I needed and I just want more now. Because I need more, but I have the full set now. I definitely felt a difference coloring with the full set versus with a partial set. I felt much more in control of my colors and I had a lot of things to choose from. So if you're looking for an investment, I would say go for the full set, because I think you'll be as happy as I am. And then as they come out with more colors or more options in the system in the future, we'll be set up and ready to add more. So final thoughts on Olo. I'm really glad that I have invested in this system, and I'm super grateful that Olo decided to step up and help me fill out my full set syndrome. Because if anything, I feel even more confident now encouraging you to purchase this system. I think you'll be happy like I am with the balance of colors, with the performance of the markers. I've only had one marker act funny on me, and it was because I dipped the tip accidentally into some pastel and it kind of mucked up the tip a little bit, but I can clean that with some solution and it'll be just fine. So I'm not too concerned about that issue. So that issue was my fault. Other than that little oops that I made with one of the tips of markers, I love them all. I think all the colors are going to be useful, and I can't wait to color more with alcohol markers in the future. So thank you, Olo, so much for helping us with this video. I want to remind you that we have an awesome Olo giveaway going on. I'm going to put details up on the screen right now all about it. But the most important thing for you to know is that this giveaway ends October 19th, and the winner will be announced October 20th. And that announcement will come out via email. There are lots of different ways to enter. Good luck, everyone. I'm so excited that someone here, thanks to Olo and us, we also pitched in on this giveaway. But thanks to Olo, we were able to give more markers away to one of you. So check out that link in the video description. And remember that this whole page here was filmed as a real-time color along. And if you are interested in getting additional entries for the giveaway, and to see this real-time color along plus hundreds of hours more of, I mean, it's amazing. Come on over to Coloring Bliss and join the Coloring Academy to support Steve and I and to encourage you on your journey as a colorist. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Olo, for your help. And I hope you all have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everyone. Look at all those pretty markers.